Alright, today we are talking Hime Brain Powerd. This is a model kit released by Bandai in 1998, and it is of course from the anime Brain Powerd. So starting right off, you've got this really nice artwork on the front of the box. On the side here, you've got some photos of the painted up kit. And then on the other side, you have some shots from the anime. And then the ends just have a repeat of that cover art. So what do you say we get right into it? All right, so before we jump into looking at the kit, you guys know we have to start with the manual. On the front here, you've got this really nice painted up version of the kit. I think they did quite a nice job given what you'll come to see is some of the downsides of this kit in terms of the quality of the sculpt. But overall, I think they've made it look quite nice. Opening it up, you see here the box art as well as some illustrations and screenshots from the anime, which is cool. And then you've just got some basic, really simple instructions. You'll see this is a very simple kit. And on the back here, you have some additional shots of the painted up kit, which are quite cool. And yeah, you've got the girl from the anime there. I'm not familiar with Brain Powerd, so I don't know her name, but yeah, you've got her there and a back shot of her, a nice little color guide, some shots of the weapon there. Although actually what's interesting is this kit does come with a sword, and in all of these I'm pretty sure I haven't seen any instances of, oh, I guess here they've got the sword painted up. I didn't notice that before. So there's the little sword. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the manual. One thing I will point out is you can really see in how they painted her face really some of the, I would say, shortcomings of the sculpt, and you can kind of see it in the hands as well. Just those details, they're not as crisp as I wish. Again, it was 1998, but even for that era, I still think it's a little bit rough and soft looking. So enough said about the manual. Let's take a look at the kit. Alright, so here's the kit straight up snapped out of the box, and I think it's a pretty interesting looking kit. I think that's one of the main things it has going for it. It's a very unique design, and I think they did a lot with the two-tone color scheme. It's actually 3 tones because there's a dark gray, a black, and this tan color, but yeah, I don't know, I think they made it work. Of course, I do think you're going to want to paint it and add some of the oranges and whites that really make this a unique looking kit. And of course, you're going to want to paint up that figurine as well. But yeah, overall, I think that's one of my favorite things about it, is just how unique of a mecha design this kit is. One other pro is it's kind of a double-edged sword. The frame is made of ABS, and you guys know I'm not a fan of ABS, but all of the ball joints and the frame are ABS. It's super stiff, and when you move the joints, it feels like you're going to break them. That said, they're very stable, and as you can see, this kit is not really wiggling at all. It's super sturdy, and that gun is never going to droop. The limbs, like however you pose this kit, it's going to stay that way. Though I will say, I do feel if you're not super careful, it's going to be very easy to snap some of these ball joints because of how tight they are. I actually went and had to sand down some of the ball joints to make them looser, and even with doing that, they're still incredibly tight. That said, the articulation is not really great on this kit, and just at the risk of or just out of fear of snapping or breaking anything, I'm not really going to show you the articulation, but you'll just have to take my word for it. It's pretty basic 90s articulation. Obviously, like, everything's on a ball joint, so you can move, the arms up and down and the legs. You can do some knee bends and whatnot, but you're pretty much going to want to put this in a standing pose like how it is right here. In terms of the seams, you can see there's some on the backs of the legs here and along the shoulders, pretty much all the basic places where you would have it in those 90s kits. The feet are actually quite nice. You're not really going to have to do anything there in terms of seam line removal. And the gun is also going to be pretty simple since it comes to this narrow point at the top. The head has a little bit of a seam to it, and the front of the legs as well. And this part right here on the shins is actually one I do think would be quite tricky because of how intricate the design is. But it's nothing that's impossible. So it's maybe like 6 or so parts that you're going to have to do some seam line removal. You could do it here on the backs of the ankles if you were so inclined, but I don't think it would be totally necessary to make this kit presentable. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Overall, I was very disappointed in this kit because of the ABS parts and how that reflected in the articulation. I also think the sculpt is a bit soft, so I think maybe if you're a big fan of the anime, you might want to check out this kit, but otherwise, I think if you're just looking to experiment with some non-Gundam mecha, I think there's probably some more, there's probably some better things out there for you to play around with. Anyway, yeah, that's going to do it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, if you could give me a thumbs up and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know, have any of you guys built this kit? Have you even heard of Hime Brain Powerd? I discovered this anime because I saw this kit in the store. So would love to hear you guys' opinions and thoughts. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye.